when I was a really young man, I don't know how young, I might have told this story before, this vision that I had, but I'm going to do this one on AI, right? Which is right now in the world very rapidly going to change everything. It's pretty obvious. Never in the history of the world has anything happened like what's happening right now with that one thing. I mean, it starts with the computer and then it goes into that. And but anyways, I had this vision when I was very young. I'm not going to tell the whole vision, but I was very young in a bathtub, and the Lord came to me, and I didn't know. I was so young. My mind, I was on TV, and I was being watched by someone who knew me, and he asked me a question of if I could have anything I wanted in the whole world, what would it be? And I said to him that I wanted everybody to be happy. And he was pleased with me. And then he took me on this vision. And one of the things that he showed me, that I was living in a time. Now I'm 4 years old, 3 years old, really young. Drink. I don't know how he showed me this, but I know when I got a little older and I looked at it, he showed me knowledge was going to increase exponentially. He showed it to me in my lifetime. And here we are. I mean, max on. I mean, from the 20th century on. But now, look at the speed. Now we have AI. And I watched just recently. A lot of people might have seen it on 60 Minutes. They have 3 companies in this country. The country is behind China. And they have 3 companies and that are working with AI. And one of the companies got formed from the original company. And the way it got formed is some of the people broke off because they didn't feel that the original company was protecting itself enough for what this AI could do. Harmful. And so they're working on putting in some kind of safeties into this consciousness that's developing incredibly rapid that can, all the information that's available, use. I mean, what I'm doing right now. Everything that's digital, that's in the air, this AI is already being fed. And exponentially increasing. So they did a test. I don't know how many people saw this one, but what happened was the CEO of this company, outside of the realm where the AI could see and hear, along with a few other members of the company, decided to see what would happen if they let the AI know they were going to shut it down. And I'm not sure if I got the facts exactly right because I don't know if he was actually having an affair or he was pretending to have an affair with his secretary, the CEO. But he made it known that he was going to shut off the AI in a way that the AI heard it. We're talking about this self-conscious thing that does not have the spirit of life in it. And what it did was threatened to blackmail him and reveal his affair to his wife if he tried to shut it off. And they did this experiment numerous times in different ways. Well, that says something. And this is the tip of the iceberg. They're being forced because of the competition in the world to turn over their nukes to the AI because China's going to do that. I mean, I've listened to that on basic news. Same thing with jet planes, the military planes with extreme weaponries on them. That right now they're working with the AI, but they still have control over it with people. But when asked whether they would have to let it be on its own, they're always having to answer that, yeah, it's probably going to turn out that way because They see where everything's going, and in the competition in the world just to keep up. There's no way out of it. See, they don't have a way out in the world. This is self-destruct to the max. Now you look at artificial intelligence. I think about this. Let's look at the history of it. 2001, A Space Odyssey. You know, it's so trippy because they start out with the caveman and the obelisk that forms it there and how they react to all that. Knowledge. Artificial intelligence. The tree of knowledge of good and evil. Artificial intelligence. Not intelligent in reality because they lose the space that we're all one in the Father. And now we're going to try to control each other and this creation as if we were God. That is artificial intelligence. And you can go all the way back to the caveman. And then you go through history and all the armaments. I mean, the most intelligent mental guys in the world, a lot of what they did was design armaments. You know, engineers and, you know, all the scientists. Way back. Leonardo da Vinci, and you go all through these guys. And then working its way up to now. Oh, you know, and then build skyscrapers and all these. Is this real intelligence? And destroy the earth in every kind of way? I mean, this is before we even get to giving it its own. They build an image to the beast. And they bow down and worship this image. And it does speak. I mean, look at this thing, man. There's never been a time in history where those words were being fulfilled like they are right now. Undeniable. If your eyes are halfway open. And yeah, artificial intelligence has been around since the fall, you know, and considered and exalted in the world. Real intelligence. Love one another. Love God above all things. Be co-creators with Him. Create a garden paradise. Teach the ways of peace. And then compare that with, you know, thousands of years of history of artificial intelligence being exalted. And people believing that's real. And what are they actually doing? Total self-destruct. You know, right now, without the Father intervening, there would be nothing left. Amen told us this years ago. He says, yeah, they're going to pop off some nukes. And with the weaponries they got now, who knows, you know, what it's going to look like. But he did say if he didn't intervene, there would be nothing left to recreate in. But being he's almighty and he has his plan, you know, of course, all of that, the mystery, and I don't get into trying to figure anything out. Everybody's got little clues that the Father gives them individually, and realizing that I don't have to know those things. But the observation, you know, and the excitement even. The times we're in, it is very exciting. If you're alive, you know, and you're really, and I realize if you're younger, I mean, even being at my age, you know, and feeling the feelings of what they're creating. Sure, I get waves. I do. I get waves. It's, you know, it's like you could feel the energy of the fear that they're creating. But because of my communion with the Most High, no, it's exciting. Because I have that absolute trust that this is His movie. And He is reclaiming the earth through all that's happening. But the old has to destroy itself. And it's impersonal. It is impersonal. When the angels that are in Revelation come and bring the things they're bringing, it's impersonal. And so this is the time. Disconnect consciously from the powers and principalities that rule this world. Tag them. It's all artificial intelligence. There's only one true intelligence. And that's the will of God. You know, for you to tune into His will in you. And to become one with it. Amen.